Hey, what's up, YouTube? Today I'm going to be talking about Floyd Mayweather versus the Maidana fight. So today I wanted to bring up a video that I just finished watching, which was a little funny and entertaining at the same time. But let me give you the description of this video. It's Floyd Mayweather exposed, and then it follows by the word Huggies. And so I thought, man, what is this, right? So I clicked on it, watched it, and to my surprise, it actually goes round by round. And I watched this fight, and I had completely forgot. Sometimes I feel like I'm being biased when I make these videos about Floyd, and but going back, I thought he really did a good job because he actually counted all of the hugs. There was 70 hugs. Yeah, 70. And Maidana was clearly frustrated in these fights. And down in the comments, you heard I heard someone commented, he runs from the fight. It's a sport that's where you're supposed to fight, and he runs from the fight. And that's a really clean and clear way to describe what he does. He's constantly running away. He just robs so much of the clock. And in boxing, he would have never made it to the 12th round if boxing or Kenny Bayless, for example, he really frustrated the crap out of me. This guy is definitely bought, guys. I'm sorry, man. I know there was a video where even Manny Pacquiao was asked about Bayless because Manny was set up with that question. They want him to say it, right? And a lot of these boxers, they don't have, I'm sorry, not boxers, but commentators, guys that are actually at the fights talking to boxers. They don't have the ability to actually say what's on their mind because they're actually in these facilities. They're going to take on a lot of heat for saying things like that because they're not proven, right? You don't know. No one's gone to jail. There isn't any direct evidence. But what more evidence do you need with 70 hugs in a professional, high caliber pay-per-view fight, right, guys? I mean, this is a huge deal. A lot of people pay a lot of money for this. And for this to happen, I mean, you can't imagine how many people were wishing and hoping that Kenny Bayless would at some point said, 1 point, stop hugging, do something, right, guys? I mean, and that's why my channel is named Love Hate Sports, because that's what you love it, but at the same time, it's not that you want your guy to win, is you want the right guy to win. And there's a lot of people out there saying that people are racist because of Floyd. That's a joke. I like Tim Bradley more than I like Floyd. He took on, to me, he took the way in which he fought. He took on the fighters with a little bit more toe-to-toe. Not more toe-to-toe. He actually fought. You see what I'm saying? He actually fought. He didn't necessarily. You didn't catch him running all the time. The one time he beat Manny Pacquiao, he ran and he was ducking and doing all of this crazy stuff and trying to pull the Floyd, and everybody booed him. He won, but he got booed like crazy. And this is what's happening to the sport, and hopefully we don't get a lot more of this from the younger crowds. But in terms of, the people out there, they're saying that people are racist. They're not necessarily racist. That's what they're referring to, the way in which he fought. If he would have been any other race, they would have done the same thing. I think in terms of black fighters, I think one of my favorite fighters that hasn't even fought much yet, and I already think of him as my favorite, or is going to be my favorite, just because of his skill set and the way that he comes forward. It's going to be Jaron Ennis Boots. I'm already a fan. And I was a bit of a fan of Floyd too at the beginning in his earlier career. And this is when I didn't know about him, and then I went back, did some research, and I said, man, he got into some good fights. People that you wouldn't expect him to survive in the ring with. But he had his battles in there. Looks like, but you know, back to the hugging part and the refereeing. A lot of this happens where I believe that there has to be there has to be some way that these referees are they're being paid off. There's no way that just by coincidence. I don't remember. I thought Kenny Bayless do this, and I think that was a timeout. But I remember when he also Maidana punched him, and it looks like there's a tooth that's flying out. I know a lot of you guys have seen that clip, but yeah. If you, I'm gonna put the link in the description to the YouTube channel from this guy if you want to check out the video yourself. But it's pretty funny, man. So he hugged 70 times in the whole fight. That's not including the running he did. At one point during the fight, I saw him circle the ring about 3 to 4 times. This is ridiculous, man. In officiating, there has to be a rule that needs to be. And here's my problem with people that refer to Floyd as pound for pound or the best ever, or someone that wants him to be the best, right? With so many African American fighters that were that fought before him, why Floyd? He represent everything that shies away from fighting. He's actually a coward in a sense, in the fact that he's a self-proclaimed champion and wants people to love him and praise him and put him on a pedestal, put him as number one. When everybody talks about anybody as equal, like when they talked about Manny, he would get furious. I mean, the guy was about to blow up. The guy there's this hate that was just like coming out of his skin. So the guy would get furious, man. The guy had issues. You can tell this guy has issues. When they talk about all this woman problem and him hitting women, there's no doubt this guy gets furious, man. You can tell this guy's like a freaking firecracker. I don't doubt he did half of those things, man. I just looked through some reports on all kinds of stuff that he was involved in, and I'll talk about that in another video. But yeah, that's the everybody the Kenny Bayless, man. That guy's biased. He was paid. I'd hate to say this. I know I sound very extreme, but there's no other way, man. Where else do you see a guy running around the ring, just on one occasion, 3 to 4 times around the ring, hugging for 70 times during the fight? Not to mention grabbing both hands and grabbing people's head and pulling it down constantly throughout the fight. This is a biased fight, guys. This proves that boxing can be manipulated. This proves that, and not only did he hurt, I think he mainly hurt the sport, because for people that claim that boxing is real, it kind of says the opposite. It kind of says that We're supposed to be watching a sport that's real, and it kind of gives you the impression that it isn't, but that does make it to the sense that it isn't. The best man is not going to win. So what does that do to a viewer? Makes you not want to watch. It makes you say, I'll watch maybe some of the clips tomorrow or something, or a preview or a highlights or something like that, but I'm not gonna spend my money on that. And so I think that's what it does to the sport. And in these fights, after reviewing them, I had really forgot, but it reminds me that his fights were fixed. So if y'all want to hold me accountable to that, I think the proof is in the videos. Just look at them. Who gets away with that? If it was someone else, do they get away with someone acting that way? And I think people who get away with it, I think someone else does get away with it, but it's going to have to be a very high caliber person with his mindset, with his staff, with his people, with the influence that Floyd did. It's Floyd and his team. And there's probably going to be another guy that's willing to go through everything to get the job done, just like Floyd did, and pay for refs. Or is just a flaw in the sport. They need to make a rule that eliminates the fighter from running, or kind of detracts him from wanting to run, meaning you get points deducted if you take a step back and you start side hopping from side to side, and then end up at the other side of the ring, and then decide to go the other way and side hop all the way and run around the whole perimeter of the ring. I think that there should be a rule that actually prevents that. And what do we get? We get an action-packed fight. We get people that are either going to get hit more. If you don't want to get hit more, then give up. Say, I'm done. You know what I mean? Take a knee. But if not, we get cowards that are fighting and claiming to be the best fighter, and they run around the whole ring till the time ends, and they go to decision. You know what I mean? So hope you like this video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll put a link to the running around. Thanks for watching, guys.